Alright. Let's see. So we're going to go check out this strike. Because it's looking a little bit more packed today. Like a lot more. I think? We'll see. I can also look in this guy's thing. Look in the window. No. Okay, so nothing particularly useful there. Anyway, let's go talk to Big Man.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Okay. Excuse me, I had further inquiries. Looks annoyed. Things busy enough. You gonna waste less of my time? We'll see. Okay. What's your goal here? Something else. Strikebreakers. Okay, what's the strike? What strikers want? Okay, so I can bug him about these things. Yeah, nothing from this guy, unfortunately. Maybe we have to go back to Measurehead? I've got a lot of loose ends and not a whole lot of stuff to go on. We could go back to oh, you know what? I know where I haven't been. I'm barking up the boring tree. Let's go back to What's-Her-Face, because we actually never finished the conversation from the previous night. We also have the people in the Whirling Rags. And we have a couple of buildings that we haven't been in that direction as well. Let's see. So we gotta go this way around. Whoa, you're new. Nope, never mind. He's probably the drunk man that was right there. She's new. Or he? You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one?
Yes, hello?
Wow, she is quiet. She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. By the way, there might be a couple of points. I mentioned this earlier with the music. Sometimes I might have to cut around some of this, or like cut dialogue out very occasionally. I'm going to try not to, but just an eventuality. If you just can't hear a character or audio for a little while, period, that's why. Hopefully the font's big enough. I'll try and re-record dialogue over if I have to cut out what they're saying. But sometimes I might miss it. Anyway, who are you?
No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She's incredibly quiet. Oh well. She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. She's a working class woman. Why isn't she working? Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Good. Good. Nod.
Is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Good then. Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
She tries hard to focus on the book stand. What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing. Maybe your husband's missing? Let's see. My husband? No, he's not. So where could he be? I don't know. Home now. Drinking with friends? Working? Where are you going? Alright, got it. This is weird. Okay. I am confused. I could keep pressing her, but I don't really see the merits of it. I do kind of appreciate that there are actually meaningless NPCs here. Weird that I can bother her in that way, but hey, you know what, whatever. Hi. Signal blue navy. Bonus suggestion minus half-light. Huh. This classic double-breasted coat suits everyone, including you. If you ever find yourself battling winds at the helm of a ship, the coat's heavy fabric has got your back. Even if the moths have got left a few holes in it. I'm probably going to leave this coat on. Oh, what? It's a temporary HP. I wonder if I can... No, I probably can't use that normally. Anyway, we were still talking to her, if I'm not mistaken.
Back. Good. What can I help you with?
Know anything about these tattoos? That's the man who was killed. She almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. So you know something about that about the tattoos. Better not tie myself... better not to tie the forestay to the backstay on this. But there's something else I can help you with. I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Word has traveled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. She smiles and explains. Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears. One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout. It would give them a read on the entire quarter. It appears we're being monitored at every step we take, colleague. The lieutenant shrugs. Do we have any other business here? Nope. Okay, so that was not helpful. So yeah, we gotta finish the drug thing before we can do anything. Well, into this building? And the southwest entrance to the tenements. A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. Knock? Knock again. Door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking
It
to?
don't matter who I am. Now, go on, get out of here.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished. Okay, another entrance. I guess we'll try going through there. Because, yeah, this is one of the only buildings we haven't been into, and it's got a clear line of sight with a dead body. We got that guy up there. We see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want
Oh,
to
so
finish
that's
my
how that's
cigarette.
pronounced. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing. Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to
Is it
you.
really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt. Like a nervous cat. He keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
Alright, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging? I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarmerie. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away? We'll remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday? Oh. He waves lazily with his cigarette. You already asked me that, didn't you? Wait. Somebody else asked... Is somebody else investigating the lynching? Pretty sure I didn't. Not you. No, not you. He gestures idly. Some more muscular type. The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down. When did you speak to this more muscular gentleman? Last week. I don't know. Look. He looks around the courtyard again. The old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter this scene. He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word? You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday? He sighs. I had a friend over. What kind of friend? It was my Sunday friend. A Sunday friend? How intriguing. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something? He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Can you tell me your name? My name is Martin Martinez. That's definitely not his real name. You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you? No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? He scans the courtyard. It's silent, like the bottom of a well. Every sound captured and reflected back. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, we'll talk later. No, we won't. He takes one last drag on the cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony. Now, if you excuse me, I really need to get going. Convince him to stay. This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from a distance, hidden behind the curtains? Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet somewhere else? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion and a hint of understanding. When he speaks again, his voice is soft and deliberate. I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail. But hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign. Good luck with the investigation. He walks away. So we've got a secret. Okay, there we go. He's gone. The lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him, see where he went. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. You're right. He probably didn't have anything important to say anyway. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's been asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. The lieutenant nods towards a small rock and a soggy patch of grass. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment. Let's do that. Rock? Rock. We also had that, but I think that was locked. Turn it over. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt. It must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. But this building has many apartments. The man can be in any of them. How are we going to find the right one? We'll just have to go in and see. Alright. We have progress. Not that we haven't been making progress slowly but surely in this game. But once you get into the interiors with these, it's not so bad. Extra logic minus authority. Interesting. So that stairs up. I guess let's just inspect things on this floor. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Boxes filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Apartment 12. Loud rumbling snore comes from within. Oh. This is just open. And we have magnesium and Commodore Red. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Gross. Real gross. Can I turn this game up? I turned it down previously. But I think that was a mistake. Because everything has been very quiet, and that's an annoyance. Because I think there was, like, one section. Oh, right, it was the really, really loud, like, mechanical hum near the docks that was super loud. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's check these shoes. If I can. Wow, that had 1 cent in it. This door has been closed with a padlock. Chalk drawn number on the board says number 11. Knock. No reply. Examine the padlock. Solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Refrain from commenting. Lieutenant is concentrated on the hallway, scanning both ways. Okay, so I could get through there. It's tempting. Just $5 sitting there. Hell yeah. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging furniture. The number on the panel says 10. Knock. Walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Knock again. This time, the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clacking of heels again. The other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge. You have a warrant. I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go, the lieutenant says. We don't have a reason to go inside that apartment. Generally easier to do things if you have any reason. Oh, let's see. 9 is locked. So there's the lady. Apartment 8. The mailbox is overflowing. And here's the old lady.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty
The
breathing.
cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. This woman's health is failing her. Not much to do. Not in this damp. You alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence. Who are you? I'm no one, just an old woman who cleans these hallways. Do you live here? If you call it living, she spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. I have a little room upstairs, right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain. No, she juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. She hasn't spoken to anyone in a while. Even her sentences feel rusty. Looking for a young male in his mid-20s. Dark hair, skinny build, smoker on the balcony? Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. What's he in trouble for? No trouble, I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk! The cleaning lady starts laughing and turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. What's so funny about that? He lives upstairs in room number 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of the doors there. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. Kim turns to you. We should check his apartment on the balcony, see if he's home. A few questions about those apartments. One of your residents on vacation. Their mailbox is overflowing. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. Probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else. Who lives in apartment 10? No one lives there. It's been empty for months. But I just talked to someone through the door. Impossible, the cleaning lady says, shaking her head. I would know if someone had moved there. She pauses, eyeing the hallway. It's one of those counterculture people again, breaking into the house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Sure. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats, you know. Always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. Who lives behind the padlock door? Oh, that one's a scientist, a future scholar. Suddenly the old lady's face is beaming. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study astrology. Something to do with all those stars around the door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. You sure you don't mean astronomy? That's what I said, astrology. Lieutenant shakes his head as if to say let it go. Can you tell me about Cindy? The artist, she scoffs. Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them still. She leans on her broom. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others. That's all, thanks. Okay. Anything else here? Locked. Looks like there's something on the other side. Interesting that I can see through it. Oh, I see. Note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. These are miserably small rooms. Sea below looks cold and winter gray. Someone has torn down the wall. An old grocery list on the table and checks. What happened here? Can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall. It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't leave a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here. Except the stuff in the fridge. Indeed. Doesn't look like there's anything else of value. Now, we do have a balcony. We could go talk to the artist girl. I have leveled up, but at this point I'm patient. Did I miss that box? I must have. Well, we now have to check this out. Knock again. Open up. This apartment's supposed to be empty. Did you break in here? Excuse me, of course not. Plenty of reasons to enter. I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in. Oh, come on! There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked. Oh, that was easy. That was smart, the lieutenant says, nodding towards the unlocked door. She looks... God, this place looks like a dump. Real estate agent. Satisfied? My name's Marielle Carpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I'm not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see? She jangles a set of keys in her hand. Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least. Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? You want to see my residence permit, too? She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light paper-clad passport. Sure. Feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revocol Special Administrative Region written under a nondescript municipal logo. Oh, under that logo. Okay, there's a picture with her with shorter hair inside, along with her personal details. Nice haircut. Thank you. She slips the passport back in her purse. You have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. What are you doing here? She sighs and looks around. I need to get ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. Reprehensible. Who lived here? There's some kind of moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they make rent. She stops, hesitating. A sudden serious look crosses her face. The story didn't have a happy ending. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything else you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. I lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes 3 months of rent. 3! We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen, but Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door, and there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall, can you believe it? She spreads her hands. And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that, she snaps her fingers. Someone must have been puny. So wait, what happened with the wall? Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both! She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now crossed over her chest. Okay, thank you. Of course, she replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. Blister pack of medicine peeks out from the box. You should take it. Looks like a fine mattress. And no one stops me. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. What do my shoes currently have? Composure and savoir-faire. I'm not entirely sure what indirect modes of taxation are. Oh. Affluent moneymaker man. Okay. So it makes me look richer. Yeah, I wonder if I can get a full suit at some point. The luxury of fine things. Just look at the black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired fate? You're right, beautiful things do make people happy. Beautiful things give you a rush, it's power, crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra-liberal. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideology. I'm still not entirely sure maybe it's the perspective of the country of origin, but for me, ultra-liberal is much more, honestly, closer to the communist, I guess, ideology that they seem to be presenting in this game. Because, you know, I will absolutely admit that I am a fairly liberal dude, all things considered. And so, you know, when I hear ultra-liberal, I think relatively high taxes, kind of universal support, high social programs, education, college, so on and so forth. And so it's odd in this one for ultra-liberal to actually be like free market capitalism. Because I guess that is closer to the definition of liberal to some degree. You know, liberal means free-ish. So maybe it would be closer, like the better translation would be like ultra-libertarian, which actually really does make a lot more sense.
Give me a moment.
Didn't find any counterculture people in apartment number 10. It was just the real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants. I see. She takes out her handkerchief and wipes her nose. I hope some good people finally move in. This place really needs them. Yes, some highly technological wizards are going to save this place. It'll be a visionary, innovative utopia. I'm going to go with that because that's what's happening to my like the town that I currently live in. And you know what? It is kind of for the better. Oh, I do like wizards, she agrees wholeheartedly, and people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates. She means clairvoyance. Cool. And off we go. Was that a good cop? No, that wasn't Superstar Cop. That was Ultra Liberal, in fact. Hooray! Okay, now the question is, do we break in? Hooray! I can't believe he doesn't care. Flamboyant poster with a white star. Real lithography. Lithography? I don't know. Plaster bust. Cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. Name on the plinth reads Kras Mazov. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all. Why does this? Let's see. Kim, you have to admit this Kras Mazov bears a striking resemblance to me. Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here, to find out whether or not you're Kras Mazov? I'm not saying that I am Kras Mazov. I'm just saying that we look alike. Sure you are. Just humor me for a moment. Don't you see the resemblance? Well, you both seem to share an affinity for Sideburns, but it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you. Yeah, I have a problem with alcohol. You do, but that's not the point. The point is, he doesn't look like you. Maybe the bus shows him before he started drinking. Very well, the lieutenant leans closer to the sculpture. Let's look for identifying features then. It's a finger on the pale dot embellishing the bust's cheekbone. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you? Can't tell. Can't see my face. Alright, but here's the big thing. Kras Mazov looks Samaran, and you don't. Part Samaran myself. Lieutenant closes his eyes. Okay, you win, but be Kras Mazov then. I don't care. Let's see, he opens his eyes again, tilting his head in quiet wonder. But why are you so hell-bent on proving you're Kras Mazov anyway? Let's see. Let's see, he wanted stability and incremental progress, and so do I. Totally gangster, bank robber. Not sure, feeling I have. Let's go with actually wanted stability and incremental progress, and so do I. I think you have misunderstood who he was. The lieutenant sighs. If you say so. Why does this tenant have a busted Kras Mazov in their bedroom? White star, the photos on the wall? I think we've broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting. Let's see, critical theory. Monstrosities of capital and such. Revolutionaries with guns. Revolutionaries do love to pose with guns. He had a bullet. And a lounge jacket, yoink. I'm gonna close the door at the very least. Was that a bad thing to do? Hell yeah. Oh well. The balcony. I haven't figured out how to get upstairs yet. It does amuse me that I can just bust into places, and so far it has yet to have any consequences. I can't believe Kim lets me get away with any of this stuff. You have a human disaster, and he's just like, cool. I'll humor you. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Is a door? Nothing for you here right now. Keep going up. Holy crap, there's a bunch of bottles there I forgot about. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Apartment 28. The door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker in the balcony lives. Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door. Knock. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance is to catch him in the evening. He looks around, taking in the cold spring air. We should return tomorrow after we've finished our day's work. How about 2100? What do you mean? Sounds good. Tomorrow, 2100. Okay. Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry, you'll get him. Okay, remember tomorrow. He's probably gone for today. 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. And 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Okay, so that's probably it, at least for here. Let's go check out the artist's balcony on the other side. So we haven't really made a whole lot of, like, tangible progress in this regard. Not yet. We'll go talk... I mean, we've got some goodies, so maybe I don't look like Trash Man anymore. I like that. I still want a better dress shirt. I guess I do look better like this. Let's see. So, minus suggestion. My conceptualization's up a bunch. Oh, and I don't have any glasses on. Take off the hat for a bit. How do I look? I look downright creepy. Let's go with it. So, my authority is down, my suggestion is down, and my savoir-faire is down. Conceptualization... I mean, this is pretty much what we kind of expected me to be like. Well, I've cleaned up, which is nice. Still doesn't reflect in the portrait. I really am curious if that changes. Ever. Like, if my portrait changes at some point in the game. Because that would actually be really cool. If I had, like, a... Ah, sorry about that. I don't even know if you guys heard that. But if your portrait changed based on your activities and behaviors. Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. Form a guess about what happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revicol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed. And they had a direct firing line. Blah. Taking the ocean. The waves of the Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean. Take a look at the ruins in the water. The arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand, where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Who did this damage? A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grodd, with Mesk volunteers. A 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down, in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful, the ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still here to this day. If you squint, you can barely make out the shadow on the water. Far in the northeast, cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute. On 20 co-aligned arches, they will reach the city in 58 seconds. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city? The Coalition, says the lieutenant. That was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here. Time to go.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms. That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Red dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles. Or at least that's the idea. I'm to explain the artistic interpretations. Ooh, that's a high one. What's my conceptualization at? It's pretty damn high. I've got a skill point, but God, trying to fill this out. Like, even put a point into that would be rough. Let's go for it anyway. Long shot. You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice, but oh boy, the idea is going to blow her mind. I'm going to create a highly detailed skeleton of an ancient bird that went extinct 100 million years ago. She squints her eyes. Then I'm going to paint it red using heavy fuel oil. Then I'm going to effing light it on fire. Her lips move. On fire? She whispers to herself. It's the Phoenix, get it? What do you say? She hunches her shoulders and then throws you a grim look. I say sod off. You don't have the technical skills for that. I'm sorry, was the image offensive? Did you survive an avian attack as a child? Didn't we all? I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition in my neighborhood. Damn, it was too strong. But Cindy, art is bigger than either of us. Then get your brush from effing art. Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying too hard. You're a police officer and grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe try a different approach. Is that government fuel oil? What do you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself, back in Jamrock. That's some clever cultural commentary. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. Let's see, I don't actually need her paintbrush right now. So, we'll get back to it. Where does this go? Interior second floor situation? Or somebody's apartment? Or hello, what is this? Furnace room looks like. No one's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last several winters. Smells of chemicals. Orlahom laborer jeans. And $5. I'm going to be able to pay rent for a week. I got blue jeans. I don't actually know if the blue jeans are good. Maybe they are. Okay, so the problem is it reduces my reaction speed, and I really do like that. Savoir faire I can kind of live without. I'm not a sneaky dude. Okay, is there anything else up here? Lock is rusty, you can't get in. Chair's new. Someone lives back here. Above, tarps flap in the wind. Forgotten hammers and nails rust. Yeah, doesn't look like there's too much. I could bother her, but I don't really know if it's going to help me, period. I'm pretty sure this specific song is the copyrighted one that I always have to deal with. There's a couple of them, but it's fine. Luckily, we haven't had any major issues, but, oh god, it makes it really annoying when I have to, like, avoid one song or just cut it out every single time it pops up. Because makes my job harder. Sometimes in these games, I just cut the music out entirely. Maybe I should just do that. Okay, good. Yeah, I like the music, I think, too much to cut it out, but it sucks for me because I'm going to have to cut it out in specific sections. Specifically, this song. I don't know. Oh well. It's not the end of the world, comparatively. Okay, so we got a couple of things. That backyard is probably meaningless. We can technically, like, loop through and around some stuff, but... So what do we do now? Because we have a lot of loose ends, but not much to work off of, and nowhere to go. I'm assuming...
Vigilance, officer! What can this...
There we go. We have a thought. There. Working class drunk. You know what that means, right? Case solved. Who's Dick Mullen now? I am. Cracked it. All in a good day's work. Wait, what did I crack exactly? What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how Look at how working class that trunk is. It's her husband, the missing husband. Yes, and you found him. Now go tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing, though? This doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself. Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of the law. It's time to ace the case, and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later. This is nonsense. Not honorable, recruit. Not honorable at all. Is that an honor? I think my honor was still 2. It might have gone down by a little bit, but I'm confused. The lady seems irrelevant, so... I don't know. Oh. Maybe a sea monster did this to this place. Okay, let's run the boots. Oh, damn it. Alright, whatever. The thoughts pop up, but I'm already doing something, which is a pain. Okay, pull out the radio again. Let's see. Can you run a serial number for a pair of armored boots for me? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. E50 100,000. Make the make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500 VE. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll dug up something useful by then. The International Collaboration Police. ICP is also the Insane Cloud Posse. Anyways, an interstellary law enforcement service. The crown jewel in the Moral Lantern diadem, alongside Epis and the coalition government. Done for now. Okay, whoops. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's a large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat. Now, that's enough fun with the formidable headlights. Now I know they're mesmerizing, but they're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again. But there's the thought. And it's gone. And it's back. In the morning light, the white-on-blue police livery of the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Capri Kanema, the Capri Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Capri 40, and the answer to the LUM's racing-bred Fevre series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour. Wouldn't it roll over in the first sharp corner? The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted into the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant. This tech talk's really rubbing me the right way here. Due to his steep price tag, it's very unusual to see one in police livery. The machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. The lieutenant smiles ever so slightly. You want to take a closer look? What's it packing there? Pointed to the engine. 130. The advancement of the KR-18GU, engine of the Capri 40, to be precise. Okay, so let's just repeat that to him. Yeah, you know it? The lieutenant seems surprised. Just the basics. Cast iron block, swirl, chamber, ignition, dual chains driving overhead camshafts, 2 valves per cylinder, hydraulic valve lash adjustment. Yes, that's right. He stares at you in surprise. I'm very impressed that you know these things. Fine machine. Run your hand over the smooth metal surface. Yes, there's a gentleness in the lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contours. An extraordinary machine. It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing in it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. Ever thought about switching to helium headlights? Actually, I have a pair at home. I just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballasts first. If we ever get the case hauled, maybe we can do it together. You want to help? He glances at you and smiles. Thank you for the offer. That might be fun. Let's do the case first, though, alright? You like the idea. Friendship! Alright. I feel accomplished today. I've done next to nothing, but I've made friendship. Let's go make some not friends. Because I've been putting this off for a while. Next up, I guess we'd probably want to go back into the actual shipping yard and try and talk to the guy with the loose lips. And maybe some other stuff. But for now... Okay, these people really aren't going to like me, are they? But I guess we should do that on the next episode, I think. I think I've timed this right. I'm not sure. Anytime I cut in the middle of a video, it throws off my counter. So I think I'm good. So, see you guys on the next episode of Disco Elysium. And as always, thanks for watching.